Hey guys, VGamersNRV here, back with another video, and today I'm back with more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Justice for All. In the last episode, we arrived to our final trial date and accused, Morgan Fay of possibly, conspiring with Eni to murder Dr. Gray, and Maya seems rather, distraught by this possibility, but we all already know the truth. Eni and Morgan did definitely plan things together. There's no way, like Nick just said it, there was no way Eni could have killed Dr. Gray by herself. She had to have some sort of help. And it had to have been someone from the village and someone who had great knowledge of the Fey Manor. So it had to have been, yeah, there's no one else other than your Aunt Morgan. That's terrible. Why would my aunt... Who's saying... Francisca? Ah! Mrs. Von Karma! Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to take revenge on Nick? Nick had nothing to do with what happened to your dad. Don't you have something better to be worrying about? Say, your own situation? Looking down on me even though we're the same age? Are you done yet? You've caused me enough pain and suffering. Not yet. My goal is to defeat you and let the whole world know of your defeat. But even if you do that, it won't bring your father back. Whatever. In the meantime, let's bring this match to its conclusion. Then we'll know who the real winner is. I love Francisca. I love all the prosecutors. Like, across all of the games, like, the prosecutors are, like, my favorites. Anyway, the court is now reconvening. Yes. Yes, Your Honor? Can you prove Miss Eenie Miney had a motive? Wow, I'm forgetting how to say names. I think I'm just too old now. Yes, I believe I can. Eenie Miney and Dr. Gray have only one point of connection. And that is the car accident 1 year ago. The motive I'm looking for must be there. Miss Miney, please testify to the court about your car accident last year. Huh? I thought you, wanted to ask, about my, motive. I, don't see the point in, bringing up the past. Miss Miney, if you please. Okay. I totally don't think it'll do any good, but... And yet she testifies because she has to. That was, last year in May? Something really bad happened at, my sister's clinic around then. And, the night of the accident, my sis was totally tired while she was driving. I was, totally pooped too, so I, fell asleep in the passenger seat. I, woke up because of a jolt, and, it was a sea of flames around me. I, opened the door and, got away. I think I've heard of this incident. It was all the talk in the tabloid shows day after day last year. Yes, and there was talk about Dr. Gray drugging your sister? No! Those were merely rumors. Totally baseless gossip. Yes. Mr. Wright, you may question the witness. Right now, it's impossible to prove that Dr. Gray did, in fact, drug Miss Miney's sister. Yeah, which means I'll have to work this from another angle. Alright. We have one statement to press on right now, and that is this. The third statement, which she said that her sister was totally tired while driving. She was totally tired? You mean exhausted? She had to talk to the police and, was being investigated, every day. It was, a totally terrible situation. It's no wonder, then, that the car accident happened, huh? Press harder. So then, why didn't you ask to switch places? Huh? What are you talking about? I meant switch drivers. If your sister was so tired, then you should have switched with her. True.
But like, I don't like have a driver's license. This is news to me. I was not aware you did have your license, Miss Miney.
Miss Miney, please amend your testimony.
Like, okay. Anyway, I was like, wait, what? Totally pooped, so I fell asleep at the passenger seat. Okay. Oh, I like didn't have my license, so like I couldn't take over driving for her. We have evidence against this. We have the license photo.
Miss Miney, that was a lame lie just now.
Like, what do you mean?
Sorry, I love the soundtrack of these games. I know you had a license back then. This is the photo you took for the express purpose of getting a driver's license. What is the meaning of this, Miss Miney?
That's right. Yeah, I had like a license, but I didn't get it until after the accident.
No, you had it. You had it at the time of the accident. Director Hottie, or the guy pretending to be him anyway, said so.
What? Are you talking about that perverted fake clinic director?
Yes, that perverted fake clinic director. And how did you know? Ouch!
No one cares. Witness, when did you receive your driver's license? Like, last November.
What? November?
The accident happened last May. That's a half-year lapse in time, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What in the... That's what happened, Mr. Wright. At the time of the accident, Miss Miney did not have a driver's license.
Ow! Cry and my whip will accommodate.
Anyway, without a license, the witness and her sister could not have switched drivers.
I'm like glad you get it, but like even if I had my license, I like don't think my sis would have like let me drive.
Yow!
Don't just stand there to yourself.
Not you too, Mia, with the whip and the pain and the ow.
Miss Miney, why do you think you would not have been allowed to drive anyway? That's because...
I think this situation calls for a more detailed testimony. Miss Miney, if you please.
Like, how annoying. Oops, like, sorry, didn't mean to be mean.
She says that, she totally does not mean that. Okay, sorry.
Like, around that time, I was, like, really close to getting my license. My sis was, like, this totally big fan of cars and, like, really valued them. She, like, had just gotten this really shiny, bright new sports car. She, like, would say things like, no way am I letting a noob drive my car. So, like, that's why I ended up in the passenger seat that night, too.
I see. A bright red car for sports. Now then, the defense may question the witness. I'm not terribly knowledgeable about cars, but... Okay, but there is a contradiction that we can press on. Well, not a contradiction just yet, but well, you'll see what I mean. Hold on. It was a new car? You have to press on a statement that says that she had gotten a really shiny red sports car.
She had, like, just gotten it. It was, like, from the UK.
The UK? Were those her boyfriend's initials?
And it was a really special model. She had waited for a whole year for it to arrive.
I guess her love of cars would be the obvious next topic. Press harder or leave her be? Press harder! I really don't know anything about cars, but I had a feeling this was bound to come up. Your Honor! Yes? Please have the witness append what she just said to her testimony. You mean the part about it being a special import car?
Yes!
Well, if you like cars that much, then... That's not my point! Though, to be honest, I don't know what the point is either. Miss Miney, would you please fix your testimony?
Sure, whatever. My sister's new car was like a totally special model from England. So this is where you present newspaper clipping 2. Real quick, let me, go into this and explain why. Ongoing investigation revealed that driver falling asleep at the wheel. Ah, here it is. Miss Eenie Miney holds an interview about the crash. And quoted here, I woke up in a huge sea of flames. I was like still half asleep, but I opened the right door and got out. I don't remember anything else. Now, the English port of this game takes place in Japanifornia, which is just the US with Japanese influences. It is California with intense Japanese influences. So, like the real-life United States, we drive on the opposite side of the road compared to the UK. So, that's why you're going to present that newspaper clipping. Miss Miney, do you remember this article? It's an article about the accident. You had said this in it. But I opened the right door and, like, got out. That's correct, isn't it? Like, why are you suddenly asking me about that? Your Honor, which side is the passenger seat? The left or the right?
Well, it's on the right side, of course, because the driver's on the left side.
That would be if it were an American car, but it would be the opposite in a British car.
Opposite?
The two of them were riding in a British car. In that case, the passenger side would be the left side.
What do you mean by this?
Miss Miney, you said that you had escaped using the right side door of the car. But if you were sitting there, then that means you were in the driver's seat. And this is where the big twist comes into play.
Order in the court! Order!
Mr. Phoenix Wright is blabbering nonsense again. Eenie said the person who was driving was her older sister, Mimi Miney.
That is what Eenie said, yes, but that's where her story falls apart. Somewhere, all of us made a big error in our assumptions.
Phoenix? It looks like you finally found the real root of this murder.
If we connect all the dots, there can only be one answer. I'd like to ask the court a question. Eenie or Mimi? Who's really driving the car that night?
It had to have been Mimi Miney.
The answer is the one person who had her driver's license, Mimi Miney. After all, that makes her the only person who could legally drive. But you just said the witness, Eenie Miney, was the one in the driver's seat. Which leads us to the next question. Next question? Who is the person standing at the witness stand right now?
What sort of idiotic ruse is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This witness's name is...
I'll tell you what her name really is. This witness's real name is... Go to profiles and present Mimi Miney. Mimi Miney. That is your real name.
Objection!
All a foolish dribble. Then how do you explain her appearance?
This witness had severe facial burns when she was admitted into the hospital. So for the purpose of facial reconstructions, the surgeons used a picture.
Facial reconstruction surgery?
This is the picture she gave to her doctors at the time. That's right! It's a picture of her younger sister. But Mimi Miney, she died in the car accident. That's what everyone thought. However, that was not the case.
Then the body they found at the crash site.
That was the body of the real Eenie Miney. Isn't that right, Miss Mimi Miney? Well, that car accident 1 year ago, the one who died that night was Eenie Miney.
Her sister, Mimi, then stole her face and was reborn as Emi. With this, she effectively erased Mimi Mai from existence. Your Honor, I'm sure you can now see why Mimi had to kill Dr. Gray.
What do you mean?
What is the meaning of this nonsense? Dr. Gray wanted to call back the spirit of a dead person. Specifically, the spirit of his nurse that died in the crash, Mimi Miney. However, that would not have been possible, because Mimi Miney was in fact still alive. And that fact would have been discovered had the channeling been conducted. So, this witness had to stop that from happening. At all costs. And that's why she had to kill Dr. Turner Gray? Is that what you're saying? Yes. Before the channeling, Dr. Gray had the misfortune of consulting this witness about communicating with the dead. And in that moment, his fate was sealed.
Well, Miss Von Karma.
Why did you say my name just now? Looks like I've been unmasked. Witness? That's right, I admit it. My real name is Mimi Miney. That quack doctor, he got what he deserved in the end. And I was so close to finally ditching Mimi too. So close.
But why? Why would you go so far as to throw away yourself, to become your own sister?
I think I understand why. Mimi Miney wanted her old self to disappear because of this. Newspaper clipping 1. That's about the malpractice incident. Dr. Gray was right. The mistake was caused by the nurse. A nurse by the name of Mimi Miney. That's right, the person standing before us today. And a few weeks after this mishap, Mimi Miney had a car accident in which she lost her younger sister. The timing couldn't have been worse. 14 patients dying in that incident, and her own sister's life extinguished. It was all too much to bear. I found a way for myself to escape it all. The only way. She lost everything in the flames of that accident. Her sister, and even her own face. This was her last chance. Her chance to throw away her past and start a new life as her sister.
Unbelievable. Plan beyond my wildest imagination.
That jerk. If only he had thought of channeling Mumbo Jumbo.
Mumbo Jumbo?
Becoming Eni has been the most horrible experience in the world. Spirit channeling, the occult, I hate it. I hate it all.
I believe there are still a few unsolved riddles here, such as why did Miss Miney choose to go through with such a complicated plan? And why did Miss Morgan Fay agree to help her execute it? Regardless, I believe one thing has been made crystal clear.
The innocence of the defendant, Maya Fay. This is preposterous. I'm perfect. Francisca Von Karma. I'm going to enjoy the news tonight, Ms. Von Karma. How about you? It's going to be broadcast all over the world, right? Your defeat, that is. Yow! Whoa. Okay, Francisca. Can this be counted as assault? You're in a courtroom. I'm pretty sure this. Oh, okay, Nick died. Phoenix! Hang in there, Phoenix! Phoenix! This court is a fraud! A sham! I guess she is still a teenager.
Now then, it looks like it will be some time before Mr. Wright regains consciousness, so I will go ahead and pronounce the verdict.
Not guilty.
Oh, is Nick like... No, Nick's gone. That is all. This court is adjourned. So what really happened was, like Nick said, Mimi Miney made a really bad mistake and with medications and stuff, and ended up killing 14 patients at the hospital, at the clinic that she worked in. And then just a few weeks later, she had a car crash in which her sister Eni died. And, you know, through that car crash, she was very badly burnt, so she needed plastic surgery to reconstruct her face. And so she used Eni's picture to, you know, reconstruct her face as Eni and not Mimi, so she could just ditch Mimi. Or the identity of Mimi, I guess. And so everyone thought that Mimi was dead, and a lot of people blamed Dr. Gray for the events. They thought that he might have drugged his nurse, that he was overworking his nurse, which was true. And so that caused Dr. Gray's clinic to start failing, not seeing as many patients. He was, I don't know, he was a bit in trouble. And so he thought that the only way to get business back and to stop those accusations was to have Mimi admit to making a mistake and killing those patients. So he went to ask an occult fan, which happened to be Eni Miney / Mimi Miney, about spirit channeling, and so Mimi told him about the Crane Village, and thus he went along. Maya told him that he would only come along, that she would only do the channeling if he had brought Phoenix Wright, so he came over to Wright's office and dragged Wright along. And while that was happening, Mimi met up with Morgan, and the two of them plotted together to help Mimi, first of all, murder Dr. Gray, and second of all, pin Maya for the crime, which we're gonna find out about. We're gonna find out why. I think we can assume why Morgan helped, but it actually, Morgan Le Fay is someone else. Morgan Fay actually plays a bigger role in the next game in Trials and Tribulations. So we'll find out a lot more about the Fay family in that game, but this is a really good introductory case into the Fay family and the convoluted, you know, stuff that happens with that family and will happen with that family in the future. Anyway, so yeah, the two of them plotted, and then Gray showed up for the channeling. Mimi was already inside the box. She drugged Maya, tried to kill. You guys don't know what happened after that. But yeah, you guys know pretty much what happened after that. During the channeling, Mimi killed Gray and disguised herself as Maya, so it looked like that Maya had actually channeled Mimi's spirit and had killed Dr. Gray. And then meanwhile, Pearl was playing with her ball and knocked over the urn and tried to fix it really bad. She did a bad job at it. But since she was in the Whiting Way the entire time, neither Morgan nor Mimi, who both claimed to go down that way, saw Pearl. So they don't really have an alibi. But that, I believe, is the entire case. Congratulations, Maya. Sis! Aww. It's good to see you, Maya. How are you doing? Sis! I didn't kill anyone, did I? No, you didn't. It was all just a dream. A really bad dream. You know, sis, in my dream, I smelled a really familiar scent. A familiar scent? I was inside that clothing box, right? That was the box you used to store your clothes in a long time ago. That's right. There's still one thing I don't quite get. What's that? What would have happened if Mimi hadn't shot Dr. Gray? I mean, we broke in because we heard a gunshot. I think Mimi Miney had planned to open the door to the chamber herself. And then, you and Lotta would have witnessed quite a scene. A possessed Maya Fey who had just committed a murder. She had it planned down to the smallest detail, huh? Nick! Congrats, Maya. Thanks. Looks like you bailed me out another jam. Well, you know.
But I really don't want something like this to happen ever again. I'm fine because I have you to help me out, Nick. But every time something happens, I lose someone special to me. First my sister, and now my aunt. Hey, Nick, tell me why my aunt went and did something so horrible. Why would she help Mimi Miney with a plan like that? I just don't understand it, Nick.
Maya, it's over. Why don't we just let it be?
Nick, please. I need an answer.
The reason Morgan helped Mimi with her plan was Pearl Fay.
Pearly?
4 years from now, a new master will be born into Karain Village. And that person will be you, Maya.
And?
But if you weren't there, then the main family's bloodline would disappear. And what would happen then?
The Branch family. My aunt.
No, Morgan's spiritual power is too weak. The next person would be Pearl. Everything was done for her sake. It was also that Pearls would become the next master.
Yeah, I can see that.
Did Maya say something just now? I think that she was saying, I thought so. So, to find out what exactly Morgan's planning next, we do have to wait until we get the trials and tribulations. And even then, we have to wait until the final case of trials and tribulations, which is going to be a while from now, unfortunately. But for now, that does put an end to Reunion and Turnabout, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. In the next episode, we'll start the next case, Turnabout Big Top. But until then, like, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!